To find out where to start CRO on your site, install heat maps on your top 5 revenue pages. Look at where people are spending most of the time, which generally on an affiliate site will be comparison tables or will be the top review products, and start split testing those areas so you can get some data in quickly. If you're testing the button at the bottom of the page, you might only get 3 or 4 clicks a week, whereas if it's the table at the top of the page, that'll be getting most of the clicks, and you can start to get some pretty quick results there. But installing heat maps is a good practice for anyone getting started, because it shows you where the users are clicking, where their mouse is moving, where they're spending most of their time. So,
do you have a go-to tool for heat maps? Like I've used the SumoMe one. Do you have a one you prefer?
So we used to use Hotjar, but I don't know what happened, and they just slow sites down so much that we just stopped using them because it would outweigh the conversions, because they would add 2 seconds to load time or whatever. So we have a really big agency package on VWO. So we like to use everything on VWO, because then we can just cross-reference our heat maps into our testing and so on. It's all in one platform. It's really easy. And when we're running, I think we're running around 400, 500 tests right now at one time. It's really important. We have a pretty streamlined process between it all, because we have so many clients, we have so many different tests running. We need to have it all joined up. Otherwise, it's impossible to manage. If you've got one site, it's a whole different question. But
yeah, so does VWO make sense for, I don't know, like retail use, like for someone that's got one site or 2 sites?
It depends. I mean, if your site is generating, because VWO is not cheap. I mean, I don't know what their basic package is. It used to be $69 a month, and that gave you up to 20,000, I believe, something like that. I mean, that makes sense if you're at that level. Let's just say you're making $1,000 or $2,000 a month. If you're starting out and it's your first or second affiliate site and you're making $400, $500, $600 a month, that's a pretty big ROI, where you're better off buying 5 or 6 links, obviously, to get that up. But there are free versions of heat maps. There's that heatmaps.me plugin for WordPress, which is what I started using when I very first started using heat maps. And you can have 5 pages, which, from what I've seen, and 80% of revenue comes from top 5 pages on nearly every site we test. So from the insights you gain from those top 5 pages, that you get free recordings anyway off heatmaps.me, I would just install that. And it's really easy to manage, because you can install the plugin, record the heat maps, and actually overlay it live on the site in your browser. So it's really easy to get a sort of visual presentation on your site.
That's cool. Yeah, I wasn't familiar with that one. I've used SumoMe in the past, and they also have a content analytics feature where it shows you on average where people stop scrolling on your page. So you can see, like, if 80% of your visitors only read the top half of your page, then, what's the point in bothering with conversion tables at the bottom of your page? So it's kind of a similar thing. Heatmap shows you where they're clicking, and then content analytics shows you how far they're scrolling. So yeah, I think that's a great place to start.
Yeah, now Hotjar has a really good version of that. They have a scroll map, so it will show you where people are dropping off, even like live on your page, you're scrolling down. I think Hotjar is the most in-depth. The only issue is they slow the site down so much, we just can't use them, because 2-3 second load time is going to decrease conversions by just as much as you're increasing it anyway, so it's a completely waste of time. So yeah, I'd go heatmaps.me or the ones that are installed in VWO. I haven't used Optimizer for a long time, so I actually don't know if they have that incorporated into it. And same with Google Optimize. We just have been so deep into VWO, and all our custom reporting and integrations are all developed off the back of their API. So yeah, we haven't even looked at the other ones yet.